what can happen sometimes is when you get into service delivery, you get focused on the one platform that you're using. And that becomes everything because that's the decision that was made. And the reality was there was a plethora of other providers out there that I wanted more information on. So, was very thankful that Andrew and Jason sort of allowed me to participate with them and take the lead on the SOW side of it. And you're right, Johnny, that's where I was exposed to the FMS, which is, your predecessor company and system, exploring all the different FMSs out there and the VMSs. I helped with the full extended workforce capabilities, but obviously I took the lead on the SOW side and really got a view of where the different platforms were coming from. And as you and I have talked before, FMSs, freelance management systems, originated with one goal in mind, whereas the VMSs kind of originated with a different goal in mind. But we find them even today converging on the same spot. They're just coming at it from different directions. And I think that's one of the things to be on the lookout for is how will that investment in those two different approaches kind of coalesce into supporting, the modern, the new contingent labor workforce. And because they haven't really been cohesively doing that to date. The VMSs started off as staffing temp labor workflow support, which they've done a great job. FMSs started off doing freelancers, really focused on building talent communities, both public and private, focused on building the profiles. But really the engines on the back end of them, when you were talking about SOW, the workflows were very similar. It's just the upfront activities are very different for a corp-to-corp, where you have to do due diligence, you have to check their DUNS number, you have to do the insurance check, you have to do a lot of things to align with your client company's regulatory environment and other requirements for their position in the market, which is different than when you're hiring freelancers, where the real focus on the due diligence phase, the upfront onboarding phase, is proper worker classification. But once you get past that stage, you really are in the SOW space. You're putting a statement of work in place with both of them. So the functionality that we need in the platform, the value that the platform can add to those two different channels really converges and should be the same. And I don't think it's too far of a stretch to suggest that the upfront, the onboarding, the initiation of those requests can also have a common entry point, if you will, and be handled almost on the same in the same workflow. It's just you're diverging to different checklists within your platform to onboard them properly according to their type of vendorship that they being engaged as.